Hello everyone, good day. I am Cristine Sumadila, a second-year BPED student of Visayas State University. Today, I will discuss about the Philippine costume in our Module 3, Lesson 3.1, the fusion of history, artistry, and identity. First, I have here 3 questions, then you will answer it in any type of paper. The first question, what is the importance and connection of Philippine costume to our traditional dances? Second question, why is it that we have this kind of discussion in our physical education or PE class? Third, what is the role of our traditional costume being a Filipino? Okay, that's very good answer. Next, I have here 3 different pictures and you will guess if it is a Philippine costume or not. The first picture, is it a Philippine costume or not? It is a Philippine costume because this is the Maria Clara. The second picture, no, because this is the La Cucaracha costume of the La Cucaracha dance in Mexico. The third costume, is it a Philippine costume or not? It is a Philippine costume because this is the Barong Tagalog. The introduction. Costume as our second skin, says poet, playwright, and filmmaker Virginia R. Moreno in one of her acclaimed essays reveals much more about ourselves. The priestess of Philippine poetry claims that what we wear or do not wear conveys who we are as an individuals and as people. Philippine costume has evolved throughout the centuries. It may have gone through the changes in the different periods of our nation's existence, but it has preserved its distinctive elements as a national symbol and treasure. So, here's our topic for today. The Philippine Christian dances, the female costume. The Filipino dress in 1890s to 1960. The first is the barot saya. It is a collarless blouse called baro and an all-purpose wrap around skirt metamorphosed into a long skirt called saya. This two-piece in symbol usually supplemented by the ancient tapis used as an overskirt and eventually by the square handkerchief called alampay, worn so that it covers the bosom. So, I have here the picture of the barot saya in the right side. That's the barot saya. Next is the Maria Clara. Maria Clara in the 1990s was used to refer in the 19th century terno. The camisa was made of embroidered josi or piña. Its bell-shaped sleeves gathered at the shoulder and flowing out to the wrist, worn with a panuelo of the same material draped around shoulders, with a multi-paneled skirt of heavy satin. I have here the picture of the Maria Clara at the right side of this PowerPoint. So that's the Maria Clara. Maria Clara is used in the Cariñosa dance. I know you are familiar with the Cariñosa dance. Is it right? Okay, very good. Next is the traje de mestiza. This traje de mestiza became popular during American colonial period. The camisa became a clinging bodice, with sleeves pushed up and saya deflated to a slim column. The long train, which was either pointed, oval, or square. A recreated tapis displaying dazzling patterns and dexterous bedworks, matched with heucheur panuelo. It is an aristocratic version of the barot saya. So this is the picture of the traje de mestiza. The next costume is the balintawak, a 1930s shortened skirt worn during picnics and other excursion activity into the countryside and associated to Antipolo, a favorite summer destination for Manila dwellers. Less formal style of Filipina native dress which does not make use of a soft or stiff panuelo, but soft draped kerchief on the shoulders or neatly folded large kerchief over one shoulder. So, as what I have discussed, it is described in the Quran, in the this description. This is the picture. Muna to ang katong abot sa balintawa. The next is the terno. From the Spanish word means to match. A one-piece creation with both bodies and skirt. A panuelo less and the bodies became fitted. The silhouette of the traditional barot saya were modified and stylized, also known as mestiza dress. So this is the terno, which is from the Spanish word means to match. Next is the parts of the Filipino dress. I have here the baro or camisa. It is the short collarless upper part or waist-length blouse of the Filipino terno. Some were elaborated, embroidered in the edges or all over. Usually made of filmsly material, pinya, juicy, abaca or sinamay, ringe, kanyamaso, an import from Europe, and lately nylon off-white or cream in color. So, for those who didn't know the kamesa or baro, I have here the picture. Here is it. Next is the kimona. I know kimona is common because it is kanang dali ra bitaw siya makuha or makita na to as a Filipino dress. Upper part of the Filipino dress. So kimona is the short and loose women's blouse with extended sleeves worn on top of a long saya. The kimona is typically transparent with its clothing made from pineapple fiber. The skirt that accompanies the kimona is usually printed with the patadyong pattern, hence why it's called a patadyong skirt. The kimono was used to be worn for everyday activities, as casual dress, or for formal occasion. Next is the serpentina, a skirt characterized by a straight silhouette from the waist to somewhere around the knees, where it is cut in a serpentine or snake-line fashion, and to which was then attached a wide, semicircular bottom panel of the same material cut in bias. So, here in the picture, I have here the serpentina dress, where unsa ang gi-describe sa description nga akong gibasa ganina, mao to ang serpentina nga mura siya mermaid style, then ay kuan sa ubos kanang snake line fashion to which then attached to a wide semicircular bottom panel. Then next is the alampay. Alampay is a shoulder kerchief or neckerchief worn with a Filipino native dress that serves to clean noses and to wipe off sweat. Alampay is what men use as a cape or shawl in the Filipino culture. So shawl na siya or cape sa mga Filipina dresses. Next is the barong Tagalog. This is for the male. A long sleeve shirt bottomed halfway with the fancy coins, pearls, or other materials. Regular collar and cuffs. Shirt front is embroidered with two panels running parallel from both sides of the chest and meet in a horizontal just at the navel line to form a U. So, mo na to naa sa picture. Mura siya na design nga nag-form og U. Then, the minimal embroidery are scattered on sleeves, front, and back. Modifications of these designs are common. The materials are pinya, sinamay, juicy, cotton, lately nylon, and organza. The barong Tagalog is used in the Karenyosa dance. So, common kaayo po niya ang barong Tagalog for the Karenyosa dance. Next is the Ilocano peasant costume. For the female, it is the barot saya. The top is the baro or a loose blouse 3/4 bell sleeves with little or no design on the edges. The material used are white cotton or abaca, white corpino undergarment, Top comes from with the baro. The skirt is the saya. Pleated tailless skirt, ankle length. Choice of plain, strip, or floral design in any color combination. And the material used are cotton or similar type. The overskirt or the tapis. Any dark or black rectangular cotton wrapped around the waist and gathered on the left side reaching below the knee. For the male of the Ilocano peasant costume, the top is the camisa de chino, long sleeve, a Chinese skirt of the Ilocano type button down, checkered and collarless. And the pants is the colored peasant pants, as what I have shown in the picture. That is the Ilocano peasant costume for the male. Next is the tausug costume. For the female, the top is the barawas, a traditional loose blouse with deep plunging keyhole neckline. Extra panels attached to the right and left chest, decorated with many tiny brass buttons. The materials are cheap printed or plain Chinese silk or cotton. For the shoulder band, it is the siyag, a separate wrap around malong or of rich material strung over the right shoulder, crossing to the chest and hanging on the left side. So mo ni ang siyag katong murag malong nga murag ibutang diri sa um, right shoulder crossing the chest hanging on the left side. And then for the pants for the female, it is called the sawal or kantu. Loose Chinese pants with a 10-inch soft wide band, the kuku kordu, attached to a wide waist. To tuck the pants in, the white band is overlapped in front, one side on top of the other and rolled out to form a tight belt. The material used are cheap Chinese silk or any silky material, preferably in navy blue, sunshine yellow, grass green, red, or orange. So that's the for the pants of the female. Then the tausug costume also had for the female has a headpiece. There are three choices. First is the gold brass filigree called tusuk. And the second is paper bills pasted on a slender sticks, and the third is the pasteboard cut out the front tip of 8 to 10 inches high, similar to Chinese crowns covered with a gold foil. Then for the accessories, they have the gold or imitation gold earrings, necklace, bracelets, and brooches. And for the footwear, it is barefoot for the female. So, as what you can see in the picture, manutong akong describe tanan. For the male, the top tausug costume is the baho, a short waist collarless shirt open at the front with the right panel overlapping the left. This is studded with many tiny brass buttons and is not intended to close the front but used as an additional shirt decoration. It is allowed to drop on the right side. The materials are cheap printed or plain Chinese silk or cotton. For the pants, it is the sawal or kanshu, similar to the female pants but in darker colors and bolded designs. So similar ni siya sa female pants, ang pants sa male pod sa tausug costume. Pero ang nakalainan lang is darker colors and bolded designs ang for the male costume. Then for the accessories of the male tausug costume is the money belt, sarok hat, piece sayabit, a rectangular hand-woven scarf tied on the head or hung loosely over one shoulder, kris or wavy knife or barong leaf knife. So, as what you can see in the picture, naani siya pisayabit, a rectangular hand-woven scarf tied on the head. Nasa head sa laki, diba? Then, for the footwear, it is barefoot. Now, let's proceed to the another costume, which is the Subanon costume of the Zamboanga del Norte. For the male, the top is the baho, a fairly long black shirt reaching the upper thighs, moderately tight long sleeves, small standing collar, front opening, showing red lining, or the material are the black cotton or similar type. So as what you can see in the picture, that is the Subanon costume for the top. For the pants, it is the sawal, a moderately loose long pants with drawstrings. A short sarong or malong wrapped around the waist reaching down the knees to keep the pants in place. Another is the turban or the tubaw, a rectangular checkered kerchief predominantly maroon or red, folded in a triangle tied around the head with the tip on front. So suggested footwear is barefoot. So this is the Sobanon tribe, or the Sobanon, where they wear their Sobanon costume of the Zamboanga del Norte. So, that's it for today, guys. I hope you learned something, and thank you and God bless and keep safe.